Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. Today is the midsummer. We're into midsummer and I've just filled up our D9 4000 here with horsegrass seed. We are heading out to the field up top here. So this is field 10A because it doesn't have a number, and we're going to put horsegrass in here. It's about the only thing we can seed at this time of year. If we look in here, you can see pretty much we are out of seeding for everything else. Horsegrass, and actually horsegrass can start to be harvested this time. So it may be a case that we won't get to harvest this horsegrass this year. Not the end of the world, but at the same time, yeah, it would have been quite nice to have been able to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to course play this so that this can be doing on here. So let's course generate. Now, I don't think it recognizes this. So let's... how many fields do we have on this map? I think we're up to 60, 70... Yeah, I think 78 is our highest. I can't see any higher than that. Okay, so anything higher than 78 we can call this. So calculate current field's edge. We want to give this a very, very high number because it is a long way up. So we're gonna start numbering these at 80. Okay, add field 80s to the list. So we'll call this field 80 going forwards. Generate course. Current field 80. There we go. Yeah, 77, 78. I can't see anything higher than that. Direction headlands, we want at least 3 clockwise up downs first. Turn 7% generator. And that is spot on for what we expect for this field. Absolutely perfect. So let's go get this started. And then we're going to head over to our little tractor because we have an awful lot of spraying to do today. We need to do herbicide on fields 10 and both halves of 11. And we need to do... there we go. First way for it, drive course. Away you go with the horse grass. And that will get that going. And then, yeah, and then we've got our new field of soybeans that are freshly planted. Those need to be not sprayed, but fertilized. So we'll have to do that. We need to close this gate. Otherwise the tractor is going to have an issue. And yeah, I'm going to head back down to our horse paddock and jump in the other tractor. So there we go. What have we got on the front of this? We currently have our forks. Perfect. Exactly what I want for going up to the other farm. We don't have anything on the back, so that is all good. So yeah, we're going to get on the back of here the sprayer, which we brought back last time. This tractor should be able to handle it, and I'm hoping the tyres on this are going to act, I mean they're fairly thin and might actually act as care wheels, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope on that. We need to have the forks on the front of here because we've got a little bit of cleaning up to do on our yard as well. We've got a pallet of soybean seeds that are sitting around outside that need to be replaced. Now, I was considering cutting the grass today, but I don't think we need to do that either. I think leaving that to grow a little bit longer, letting it get past the rain that we have coming the next game day, and then cutting it after that is probably going to be our best bet. We do have, I don't know if there are any harvesting contracts around at the moment. I would really like to grab a harvesting contract today if we can. But it all depends on the time. It all depends on how much of our time we have available. Because getting the spraying done, I don't want to spray in the rain. because that is just, yeah, that is completely unrealistic. And while we got some nice sunshine, it's actually a really good time for us to get the sprayer out. Now, which of these? One of these is soybeans. I'm going to hedge my bets a little bit. Oats and soybeans is the one to the left, to the right, sorry. So, one of the nice things about these pallets is if you put them over the top like this, then they take the excess bags and put them back on the original pallet. Absolutely brilliant. I love that feature of those. Very realistic. You would go and do that in real life. Go and put the extras back. Right, we want herbicide. I think we've got herbicide tanks nearest the sprayer, so that should make this job easier. And this is just our ditty little sprayer. Fits in with the age of our tractor here rather nicely. Hook it all up. Refill it, and hopefully it has picked the herbicide, which is good news. And yeah, the thickness of these tyres looks about the thickness of the tyres that we've got on our tractor. We'll also refuel this as we're going out. Because obviously this tractor drinks fuel, and we need to get this to do this. So round to here, turn our engine off, refill it. There we go. Go on. And hopefully this is going to be not too bad. If it is bad, then we will just have to play it. We'll have to have tram lines because yeah, not much else we can do about it. And we'll have to try and stick to them as best we can. So what I'm going to do... Wow, really? I don't know if we can spray the... I don't know if we can spray those. That's interesting. We need to start off in this field here then. More important today. But this is almost ready to harvest. I think end of... yeah, so we are doing crop destruction on this. And there's nothing I can do to prevent that because of the tractors we have. So we are going to have some tram lines. They are going to be fairly close together. Because there's nothing we can do to change this. So yeah, this is why having it's so important. Is having those care wheels is so important, because just look at the amount we're going to be going through here with this. We are killing the weeds though, which is good. I want to spray some fertilizer on here as well. But we're going to have to be very careful going around this field, trying to make sure that we stick to our tram lines. Otherwise, we're going to destroy an awful lot of crop. So, yeah, I'm going to get this field cut. Oh, sorry, I'm going to get this field sprayed. And then we'll have a go at the carrots too. So we're going fairly well through here. I mean, there are some areas where it seems to be taking out a ridiculous amount of the crop. I'm not a huge fan of how the crop destruction works in this. Which is why I normally try and do this kind of thing with care wheels as much as I can. But of course our tractors here are completely limiting us with our ability to do that. And you can see it just sometimes just takes out way more than it should, and other times makes perfect tram lines. So yeah, it's the sensing of it is a little bit annoying. But yeah, we've got the field done, I think. We'll go through here, get one more done. And then we can go straight out based on that. But that's got rid of the weeds in that field. We might try and get some fertilizer in there, but to be perfectly honest, I think that crop is too far gone to fertilize. We still have 58% left in our tank though. So once we've gone and folded this up, we should be able to get this through this gateway, and then we can hit the carrots. And yeah, the canola is looking very similar. Let's just have a look at these. So I think these are all in pretty good. Yeah, you can see both 10 and 11 are about ready to harvest. So we're not far off that. You can see though still 10 is the tram lines are not showing in 10. So as far as it's concerned, most of that is still planted, which is great news. I'm amazed that 6810 has almost finished that field already, which is brilliant. So we want to crack on with this field here. Get rid of the weeds here. I think we're going to end up only doing further stuff with the carrots. Further fertilizer with carrots here. But we do need to go and fertilize the soybeans. We want to get as much into them as possible. Hopefully they are going to grow in time. But yeah, first let's go get rid of the weeds in here and see if we can up our yield on these fields too. One thing I do expect to hear in the comments, and I would be surprised if somebody hasn't written it before this point comes up, is that the amount of crop that we're losing through crop destruction here, and the fact that I'm only spraying herbicide, would it be better just to have left the weeds? And yeah, you might be right, to be honest. Looking at this, looking at how much we're going through and what we're doing, I do to an extent agree with you. I think that this is we may find that we've lost more crop here than we've gained by spraying for the weeds. Having said that, I don't think that that should stop me. I think being realistic, actually spraying herbicide and spraying for weeds is a good idea. And yeah, that I should have done it, and I should have should be doing this. So what we are finding though is we are running out of herbicide. This single tank is maybe gonna get us to the end of this canola. I don't think we're going to be able to do the carrots with it. It isn't going down incredibly fast, but it is going down fast enough for me to look at it and go, that's not going to last. And in fact, I'm looking at the 50 odd litres that we have left and going, is that going to be enough for the rest of this field, the rest of the canola here? It should be. We've not got a huge amount of canola left to do here. 36, 35, 33, 31. Yeah, we've got a tiny patch to do in this corner. Basically here where the fields meet. Right, there we go. Now, I'm going to have to make this turn here or go all the way around the field. So we're going to make this turn here. We're going to lose crop doing it. Oh, man. Not much I can do about that. Maybe planning my initial stuff better. The actual sprayer itself does have care wheels on. But yeah, this tractor most definitely does not. And I think after this year's harvest, we will probably look at replacing this with something a little bit more modern. We don't need a huge amount of power. We need something though that can give us the ability to do this without destroying crop. Although it is going to be nice to do harvest with tram lines, we can actually do the most realistic harvest I think I've done in a long while. Yeah, we are going to lose some crop doing this. So let's get this back to the farm, get this refilled with some more herbicide, and then we can finish off the carrots. So a bit of a problem. I'd managed to fill my sprayer with liquid fertilizer, and yeah, this sprayer has an issue that you can't unload it. So we need to take this, I think, and I don't know what we're going to do here, because if I can't unload this, I really, really need to spray those remaining weeds from the carrots. Otherwise, that was kind of a little bit pointless. So what I'm going to do is see if we can go and empty this out. Well, we're going to spray the carrots with fertilizer. I know we're midway through doing herbicide, and it's not overly realistic. We do need to clear this out, and I could possibly go and spray the soybeans with it, although I don't really want to be doing that either. It is annoying that this sprayer doesn't let me unload. And yes, it is I to do it, and it's not doing it at all. There's no way of doing it, and there's no way of opening it or anything like that. It just does not unload this. So yeah, we have to spray this out. So we pretty much will end up using this all on this field if we do. So let's give this a go. Let's see if we're able to actually spray the canola as well. And I'm pretty sure I can spray the carrots with this. But yeah, I kind of want to do herbicide, not fertilizer. But yeah, we'll give it a go. See what happens. So looking at this, we do not need fertilizer on any of these fields. Oh man, we don't even need it on the sugar, on the soybeans. Soybeans themselves are fully done. So yeah, I'm in here destroying crops again for no reason at all. It is just the herbicide. It is just getting rid of these last few weeds, and I can't do it with this sprayer. So what I'm gonna have to do, I think, is probably sell this sprayer and get another one. I'm gonna lose a pile of liquid no, actually, I've got a better idea. We've got 1,000 litres. Let's go find a fertilizing contract. Use this up on that, and we can go from there. So let's have a look. What do we have? Fertilizing. Lots of weeding contracts. Fertilizing. There we go. Field 33. Field 16. Right next door to us. Right there. I think we have to go all the way around there to get to it. But looking at the size of field 11 and the size of 16, that will use up our fertilizer. And will earn us a little bit of money doing it. So let's accept that contract. And we'll head over there to field 16. And we'll get that sprayed. And make ourselves a little bit of cash while we're doing it. So field 16 is down the bottom here. Through the cow farm. This cow farm, I do like this. And it's one of those things where I don't know if I'd set myself up down here if I'd approach this series differently. It is a great farm. The thing about it is it's also the most expensive farm on the map. It is, if we bring this up. So field 16 is part of it, and you can see it's 16, 15, 14, 20, 21 and 22. All of this around here, CJ Farms. And it's why our farm goes round the top here and probably go round the bottom there like that. All the way around it, because we can't... it's 443,000. And until we are well into this series, I don't think we'll be able to afford getting into this cow farm. And by then, we're going to have a pretty well established farm over by the stables and by our barn at the top. I'm expecting to have a, sort of a multi-level farm up at the top there that we'll have created. So, yeah. But Field 16 would have been a really nice addition had there been access to it. So many gates to go through here, but then this is not surprising as this is a cow farm. Let's bring this around here. Open up. What is this? This is alfalfa that they've got growing down here, which makes sense for a cow farm. This should all spray rather nicely though, and we should be able to see what we're doing too. So let that last little bit fold out, start her up, and does it go darker? Yes, it does. So yeah, hopefully we can spray all of this liquid fertilizer on here, complete this contract, and then we can go back and we can do that last little bit of herbicide that we still need to do. We're now 80% of the way through the contract, and we've got 35% left in our sprayer, so we're pretty good. I think I'm going to have a chance to basically fill in every nook and cranny on this field. Make sure that it's got a proper amount on here. I'm not actually worried about how much we use. This contract will easily cover our usage, so I will actually spray the whole field until we run out of fertilizer, rather than hanging around and or just finishing what we have, because this will easily cover what we've got. We're 91% of the way through this contract, so we're gonna have fertilizer to spare, and I want to make sure that we use it all up in order for us to be able to refill with the herbicide. So I'll take this round here. Yeah, there we go. Contract is finished, but we're gonna keep going until we've fertilized the whole thing. If I could unload this, absolutely this would be the point I finished, and the point that I would stop doing the contract, because you don't want to use more fertilizer than you need to. But when we've still got 200 litres left, and we know that we can't empty this, I need to keep spraying on here, filling in all the bits until this field is completely fertilized. Because I can't just throw it down the drain. I need to use it up properly. Last 20 litres, filling in the last couple of gaps. Turn that off there. Get that one there. And that will do it. Nice and empty. So we can now collect this contract. Completed. Collect that. 4,600. So that has been... that actually is a great way for us to get rid of that fertilizer, but also for us to make a little bit of money and actually pay for our fertilizer. Yeah, we can now head back to our farm and go and fill up with the herbicide and get our herbicide on the carrots finished off. Back at our shed, and I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. What we need to do is stop this here, jump out, disconnect this and that, and go and actually get my load of herbicide out. Now I'm going to fill it right up, even though we know we can't unload this. I think we're going to fill it right up because what I want to do is get the soybeans done as well. Now knowing that actually, because the field that we did the soybeans on was such that we don't need to actually fertilize it. What we can do is fill up with herbicide, and we're going to be spraying the herbicide on that soybean field as well. If I can get that done today too, that would be absolutely brilliant. But let's get this done here. I still want to use this tractor. We are going to look for an alternative. I'm going to see if I can find a 5640 or something that we can put care wheels on. Because we can put a front loader on something like that, and that would be a nice update to this 5000 series. Oh, let's reverse it up. See if we can fill it with the herbicide. Yeah, there we go. Only expecting a couple of 500 litres. Actually, that's probably going to be enough for us to finish our carrots. So we can fill up with the rest of the herbicide later. We may get away with that as a bit. Let's go and do the carrots and see if we can get them done. And yeah, we've got that field there done. We are going to have to do fertilizer on there, I think. What does that look like for the horse grass? Yeah, the horse grass does need another level of fertilizer, so we've got that we can do as well. Just the last little bit here, just to make our carrots nice and healthy. And we can go straight into the field. In fact, we're going to do it from here, unfold. The nice thing about the carrots is we can actually see where we want to be going. But looks like we're only a couple of episodes away from getting the combine harvester. So we need to be in a position to pick that up. Maybe next time, with knowing there's a little bit of rain coming, we can go and buy our combine and our trailer and get ourselves set up with that. Would be pretty good. Got a little bit at the corner there that we missed, but that's all right. There are no weeds there at the moment. Right, here though, we are able to tell exactly where we want to be for this, and that is messy. Are we going to get all those weeds? Yes, just. Good. Because I'd hate to be that messy and not get all the weeds. There we are. The angles on this are not nice. Out. You have to turn as sharply as you can to try and avoid destroying as much as possible. Keeping these nice straight rows, we actually preserve a little bit more. But hopefully, going forward, this will not be an issue. We will be looking to get something that will look after the crops a bit better than this. And there we go, last of the weeds. And that means that, yeah, we've got some nice tram lines into our carrots. And but they are all now weed free. We still have 155 litres of herbicide in here. And as I said before, we want to go and spray our soybeans. So what I'm going to do is probably refill this. We'll get the soybeans done next time as a quick job. But yeah, I think it's wise for us to leave things here. We know we've got rain on the way the next day. The soybeans might germinate, but they're not going to sprout before next time, which is fine. It's all good. We are looking at being very, very close to our first harvest on here, which is exciting. And as I said, we think we may end up replacing this sprayer as well. I'm not overjoyed with how it's performed today, and we've had a little bit of a frame rate drop with it. So yeah, I think we'll fill it up with herbicide. We'll get the soybeans done, and go from there. In fact, yeah, I'm just going to go and do them quickly. We've got enough time. let's get that finished. That job is then all done today, and the next game day we can look maybe a little bit further afield and see if we can earn some extra cash. Looking at this, we already have some weeds in this field. That's just wow. This has been seeded one day and we've already got weeds. That's alright. We are going to go around. The beauty of doing this now is means we won't have any tram lines in the soybeans. It remains to be seen whether we will actually be able to harvest these soybeans, of course. They went in right at the end of their planting window. It's knowing seasons and knowing the fun it has, especially in autumn. I am not expecting us to have an easy ride with this whatsoever. It's interesting that it hasn't gone right into that corner for the field, because the field does go up into those sections. Second year on here, I think we might have to expand this field a little bit. I'm quite happy with the shape of it for now, but yeah, certainly the edge of the field seems to go a little bit further out than our than courseplay took it. So I want to maybe have a look at expanding that a little bit next time. We'll get this this first year's worth of crops out and go from there. I still need somewhere to store crops, so we're going to have to expand our farmyard at some point and put a some sort of silo in there. We might put a silo building rather than a single dumping point, but we'll get something in there. This is actually a really good example, though, of doing the right amount of headland for where you're going to be for the width of your sprayer. So the width of our sprayer is slightly more than the outer headland, but then that's because we're only driving on the headland bit. And then we're into the field. Just a tiny patch in that corner. I can fix that in a bit. And then you see you're back out onto the headland. So you're minimizing and maximizing. You're minimizing how much headland you actually have to plant, while maximizing the reach of your sprayer on it, which is good. You know, it's that is how you get the bit right, and yeah, how the tramline stuff works. You don't put it in the middle of the headland, you put it on the outer edge, about halfway through the width of your sprayer and your solid fertilizer spreader. And you want those two things actually to be fairly similar widths. Now, interestingly, that hasn't killed those two weeds. What's going on there? That is very odd. We'll have to keep an eye on this. But it's weird that it hasn't killed those two weeds. And in fact, it's given a patch of unsprayed around those two weeds. I'm going to have to keep an eye on what happens with these other patches. Maybe they'll take a while to die off when we're spraying a crop at this point here. But yeah, we certainly have a patch of weeds up there that have not died despite having been sprayed by the herbicide. That's a little bit weird. And actually, it's happened again. Look at this. So the weeds haven't died. It hasn't marked the area as having been sprayed. Why is that happening? That is very, very odd. And we've still got half of our herbicide left. But yeah, the area that do have weeds on the field already, those have not died off. We'll see what effect this has on them over time. But yeah, that's a little bit strange at the moment. But that is this field done. Another... Oh, we would have had just under enough herbicide to do it had we not refilled. But as I said, I think we're going to end up replacing this sprayer because it is... don't think it quite works properly. And we will be able to upgrade, I think, going forward. We're going to have a good harvest the first year. I am absolutely confident of that. And doing that, we will end up with a good year 3 going into it. For now, though, I think that is where we are going to end this. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, give it a share, and for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.